All right. It says I'm live. I don't think I'm live there. There we go. You know what? We haven't done one of these in a long time. I can't even find the sound.
We'll do it live!
That's right. I'm not sure where Greg is tonight. We talked a little bit today, but he texted me something in the morning. I didn't reply until I think about 4:30, and I just texted him, and we both have iPhones, and the message hasn't delivered yet. So I'm not sure what happened to Greg. It's making me cry. Are these sounds even coming through? I'll have to find out this quickly here. I think they are. Hold on. But are my sounds even coming through here? Hold on.
Hello, this is Greg.
Yeah, okay. They're coming through. I don't know. I don't know where he is. He asked me, was it Thursday he asked me how many cleanups I had left? Because I think he wanted some help. I think I have, as of today, I might have around 18 or 17. I knocked out 3 today, decent sized cleanups, and then I cut one. I scalped it way down. I love that. I put on the Cub Cadet, 2.5, 1 pass. The blades were kind of dull because I've been mulching up so many leaves, so I do have to swap out the blades. I do have another sharpened set of Gator blades I'm going to be putting on my Cub Cadet to continue the cleanups. Not sure if we're going to be even cutting tomorrow. Why don't we all watch the weather forecast together here? Click on Detroit. Might not work on the Brave browser because it blocks out so many ads. I think it even blocks out the might even block out the video forecast. Let's see. Here we go. Comes up right away, except you can't hear any single thing about this here. What are they calling for here? Let's just do some screen sharing. Make this kind of fun here right now. Share. Is it sharing? You always got to do this here when you... Okay. So let's see what we got. They usually have a video forecast here. It's not a very flattering picture of her, and she doesn't look like that, so it's kind of funny. Even though highs will be back around 50, rain showers move in on Tuesday and continue through Tuesday afternoon. Oh, hey, it's this Kenny. Not sure where Greg is. He might still be outside doing a cleanup right now in his Kentucky Blue.
Okay, Kentucky Blue, yeah.
So, anyways, continue through on Tuesday afternoon, spotty in the evening. Give yourself an extra few minutes on the roads Tuesday morning, as that is when the rain is a bit more widespread, which will likely reduce speeds during the rush. Yeah, okay, people drive like jack wagons during rush hour traffic, at least here in Metro Detroit. It's a lot of rain. The pavement's kind of slick. You just people just going 20 over everywhere. And then it's like we might not even be able to work on Wednesday either because whipping winds. So strong cold front passing through. Westerly winds could reach 45 miles an hour. So I guess you still could do cleanups there. Let me know what you guys think about that. But you can still do cleanups there in the wind. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. But if it's that howling, you just got to, I guess, pick a job where the wind is taking them to the street or to the woods. And Thanksgiving, it's calling for, let's see, lake effect snow showers. Ramp up Wednesday night through Thanksgiving Day and linger into Friday if you're heading to America's Thanksgiving Parade. Yeah, no one is. Highs will be in the upper 20s and low 30s. In the morning, and wind chills in the teens to low 20s. It will be blustery. So, I don't know. Looks like it might be shut down the rest of the week. But what do you guys think about that? A little bit disappointing. I knocked out a couple cleanups today, but let's even go check out like the future forecast here. That's a horrible picture. 10-day. So we got for the 10-day forecast. Okay. So 45 Wednesday, Thursday 36, Friday 35, 37, 39, 50 on Monday with a chance of rain, 54 on 12/2, and then 34 on the 3rd. So it kind of does a big drop. Fine with me. I don't mind if it was just 50s. that would be A-OK with me. Having some tea here right now, guys, out of a Stormtrooper mug. It's a throat coat tea. I think my allergies have kind of kicked up here. It's not a bad tea. Who makes that tea? It's a throat coat tea. I'll find out here in a minute. Throat coat. I'm trying not to sniff here, and I need to blow my nose, and I can't. Don't have anything to blow my nose down here. Yeah, okay. So this. It's a pretty good tea. Hold on. Got a clipboard here. I could always blow my nose with this. Hold on. Well, it's tough when we're live and doing this alone. You guys get to see me blow my nose there for a second, which is absolutely great. And my wife just shared a reel with me on Facebook. But what's going on? We have Cousin Kenny here. Actually, got to do the Cousin Kenny notorious drop for the one person that was watching. We had some more, and then they all bounced out. Kind of how it works. You kind of fly in, check it out, and then leave. I mean, I do that too. Like if there's someone live, I'll kind of watch for like a bit.
Hey guys, it's Cousin Kenny.
So thanks again to Kenny for being our video guy at the expo. That was a lot of fun. Really composed and set the shot up. I'm gonna stop that there right now. Back to live here. Hold on. This is not right. What happened? There we go. So we got all of the Equip Expo podcasts on the Apple and Spotify podcast platforms. So we're going to reset, recalibrate for this upcoming episode on this upcoming Monday. So the last one with Rainbird just dropped today on the 12/1. We'll just get back to the regularly scheduled program with the Greg Durbin. So that'll be good.
Really?
Greg got a new laptop. He got a new laptop in that one live that we did 2 weeks ago. He sounded great. It was nice and full. And yeah, I think that's why he was so slow on some of the streams was basically just the his laptop that he had was just old. It was old and he needed to upgrade. So we went to Micro Center out in Sterling Heights. There's about 25 all throughout the United States. I think there is. How many Micro Centers are there in the United States? I think it's about 25. How many Micro Centers in the USA? I think there's 25 of them. 29 locations. Anyways, so it says 30 because as of November operates 30 stores. Well, anyways, it's good that we went there because he got a better laptop so he can do faster work. I do all my invoicing through Yardbook, guys. People ask, hey, why don't you use, Jobber, LMN? I don't need to use those softwares because it's just a one-man operation. I can do anything I want in Yardbook for free, and I don't even use any of the paid features on Yardbook. It's just all for free there. I don't need to text my clients through Yardbook. I think I did that like once, and I just text them personally, and then most of what I do is mass emails. So we're still really liking just going through and using Yardbook, even though it's kind of clunky. They don't really have an app for it. You can add like a bookmark widget to your iPhone, kind of like home screen, but that's not really an app. I think they do have a beta version of an app if you sign up for it or something like that. But yeah, I don't really need to use that. So man, how long have I been using Yardbook for? I've been using Yardbook for quite the amount of time. And my wife is actually commenting on this, but okay, there we go. Hi, honey. So there, she's upstairs, kind of relaxing. Kenny says the mowing season is now sporadic here in Tennessee. Yeah, it'll probably slow down there for a bit with the Kenny because I mean, once like he's in that like transition, like more in that transition zone. But I would deem Tennessee is on it's that cutoff for like the warmer climate. As soon as they start seeing some really I guess low temps there or like chilly temps, the grass there in Tennessee will just go absolutely dormant. That's just how it works. Up here, we have a more cold tolerant grass, but when it's consistently 40s, mid 30s, low 30s, that's where the grass really slows down and goes dormant as well. Yeah, so we've been really invoicing on Yardbook since we got married. For a while, guys, you'd find this funny, Ken. Well, not funny. It's just what I used to do. For a while, I used to invoice just with an email. And actually, before that, when my dad kind of helped me with the business a little bit, we would send out just letters, snail mail, snail invoices, and that was actually it's just kind of a pain. I know there's companies that still do that, but you got to get with the 21st century of what's going on with the invoicing. And I had some old clients that were like, "Oh, can you just drop off a handbill on my door at the end of each month?" You just gotta tell them no. I just told them like flat out no because I'll just forget to do that, and like doing it for one person is just a pain in the butt. So got everyone on an email or Yardbook. So after we started to do physical letters and invoices, we did the email and invoicing, and that worked for a while. Even the older folks, they have email addresses, and you can send them stuff, and they like that. My grandpa, who's I think 89, yeah, he's 89. I think he'll be 90 this upcoming year. He sends email all the time. So if he had a lawn to cut, well, I mean he does, but he's part of an association, so they cut it. If he had a lawn to cut, I could email him his invoice that way too. But I get everyone on Yardbook now, and they've been able to figure it out just fine. I do like the fact that Yardbook makes everything look sleek and nice. And after I do my cleanups, so I did 3 cleanups today, and I cut one, so a total of 4 jobs. It was really funny. So I'm not sure what it is, but it's like a couple days before Thanksgiving, guys. Everyone just wants to ask you, "Hey, where are you? When are you coming?" It's like a couple of these people I've had the gall to reply back and say, "I did your cleanup on the 10th, December 10th of last year. Why are you asking me when I'm coming this week?" You're like, I had this one guy, really nice guy, won't just call him Bob, and I told Bob that I would hope to be here this upcoming, to his house this upcoming week before Thanksgiving. Well, he sends me this passive email, like basically saying, "Hey, you said you were coming like early this week. I would, would love to see you here this afternoon." It's like, okay, Bob. It's like I did your lawn on like December 10th last year, and you don't have that many leaves. This other client, really nice people, they nagged me 3 times about coming to mow their lawn, and I went to mow it today, and it wasn't even long at all. So I just scalped it down on 2.5. Just, I guess I'm losing some patience right now with some of these long tenured clients, but just bite your tongue and you have to stop, sit there and think and just say, "Evan, don't say that. They're loyal even though they're kind of annoying you. Just shut up and don't say anything." It's like marriage though too. Sometimes the best thing to do is to hold the peace and to just say nothing. Say absolutely nothing. And same with the lawn clients, because there's been a couple times with my lovely wife where you say things and it's just like you're just getting the office chair thrown at you. So I've deserved it, and so you don't want to take that same attitude with lawn clients, because we're part of several. I mean, I'm part of several Facebook like lawn care groups, and you have guys, they go on there and they post like, "Oh, look at how I handled this client. Oh, I really told him, what do you guys think?" And then you just sit there and you shake your head and you realize you shouldn't have said that to that client. You put your foot down with them over certain things, but you do it in a nice way. You don't just tell them off like you would do like locker room talk with like your best friends. That's not how it works. And so there's only a couple clients that I have where I've done some funny banter with them, but most of the time it's just you keep it professional as you could possibly be, but then you just keep it loyal, okay, real, down to earth with them, and you just treat them like family. That's just how I've been doing this for a long time, guys. And you still get annoyed with some of these cleanups. These people, like, it's funny. These clients forget. So it's like I've been cleaning up your leaves for like 15 years. Okay, and you kind of know how things are supposed to be done, right? Like you know how I clean up the leaves and when I generally come, this weather delays, etc., etc. I try to generally clean up your leaves on the same week in a certain week in November, but it's like people forget. It's like, man, well, I forget a lot of things, but I do remember, and I'm praise God that you write things down when you do cleanups. Write, take out your phone, if you're Android, Apple, get on Google Docs, do a sheet that says 2025 fall cleanups, and then by date, put the date, and then hit enter, and then tab it over, and then have the client, and then just put a price on there, or however long you were there. You can do it like that. That works out really well, but keep it really, really organized. So when someone comes along and tries to be a little bit snarky with you, saying, "Oh, you're coming late," blah blah blah. It's like, no, Bob, I came and I did a cleanup on your lawn on the 10th last year, and you're nagging me to come now. But you don't actually say it like that. You say it in a much more nicer way. We want to be able to attract bees with honey in this industry, not attract bees by just being a jerk for no reason. Easier said than done, but in the whole 15 years I've been doing this, I think I was fired once, and that's because the person was crazy. We did a cleanup. It was when Zach worked with me. So this would have been probably 6, 7 years ago. And it was towards the end of the season, and this lady had these mums. And we blew some of the mums out of the beds. They weren't in there, and then they were dying. She caught it on film on her Ring doorbell and sent that to me. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'll replace this." And then she became really passive and all this stuff, and then fired us. But she was a crab. So you don't want to deal with these crabby clients. Hold on one second. I got to do the old nose blower here again. This is great. When Greg's not here, I look like a moron. That might be some good content by if I didn't have that muted, just to hear my obnoxious nose blowing. Really hoping that I don't, that I'm not dealing with another sinus infection. I think this is allergies. It might be a mini cold. You guys ever analyze that? You either think you have a cold or allergies or a sinus infection. So, throat's okay. A little tired though because we were up north for about 3 days this past weekend. I got to reacquire a 7x10 open utility trailer that I sold to my lovely mother-in-law. I sold it to her, and she said, "Hey, you can have it back because I know that you need it for your multi-force plow when you go plowing snow in the winter, because I'm not going to be riding around in the winter with an enclosed trailer getting that thing just full of rust." Praise God that trailer is not full of rust because I keep it sitting during the winter. I think I might cover it up this winter, though, just because I'm OCD and crazy. But so got the 7x10 trailer, multi-force with the 5-foot plow. Will fit on that perfectly, but it was being stored, so I sold it to my mother-in-law, and it's being stored up north at their second home, their cottage. They used it probably a handful of times, not entirely sure how much Mom used it. Mom, if you're watching, thank you. So did the fall cleanup up there. Check it out on the Turf Nerds YouTube channel. That was a fun one. It took me about 2 hours flat, give or take, moving the camera around and then kind of fighting the wind. I really hate that. Don't you guys just... That's still... I could talk about this basically on like every single show. I absolutely hate... If you saw me opening my mouth weird like that, I was like relieving the pressure in my ears. Trust me. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. And so, did the cleanup up there. Give or take, took me about 2 hours. The wind was pesky. It was blowing in my favor, but it's still just really annoying. And that just made me so mad because I'm really like detail oriented with my cleanups. Like I get those beds in good. Like I blow out every single leaf there in the bed. Honestly, looking back at it, it's fine if you leave 5 to maybe 10% of leaves just scattered, not clustered. Obviously not, but those leaves are actually good for the soil. It's basically like fertilizer. And so I blowing the leaves, and they just kept blowing back on me. And at the end, I was just so furious. and got it all done. They really don't have much grass up there, like northern Michigan. So I guess it's all different, but it's just sand. No lush lawns. They live in the middle of the woods. It's all sand, but luckily, kind of where the trees were and how windy it had been when I did the cleanup, it really wasn't that bad, but it was still fun because it rained the night before, and it was just full of it was just sopping wet leaves. And the EBZ 9000 actually did a pretty good job blowing these leaves up, and I should probably be thankful that the leaves were a tad heavier, because if they were really like light, dry, and fluffy, and with that pesky wind that I had, oh, they would have probably just went around everywhere, and then I would just made me more mad. So I mean, visually, I won't visually be mad on the job, but you'll see me just not looking very nice when the wind comes and does that. That's where it is nice, when you have crews and guys to help you out when you're blowing the leaves and doing stuff like that. Like, it was kind of funny. I did this cleanup with my dad. He had some time last week. It was on last Thursday, the 19th. And we did this cleanup. It took us less than 2 hours. Normally by myself, it takes me, I think it takes me about 4 hours, give or take. But it was this lawn next to this job. I used to mow for her. Really nice lady. Like the nicest lady. Older, but just kind of cheap. And I just really raised her price up on the lawn because she would like water it like at least 5 days a week. It was always thick, luscious, and long. And I took her from 42 to 48, and she didn't like that, and so she just said fine. So now she goes with this like different company, and I'm fairly certain that they trim their lawns every other week. Yeah, because this same service, I stole one lawn back for them because this one guy recently bought a house. He moved in. He said, "Hey, I just fired these guys because they were whipping in and out too fast. They were $35. It was a nice price, but they were trimming bi-weekly." So, anyways, the same service. We both showed up at the same time to do this cleanup, okay? And they were pretty impressive. That cleanup would normally take me, I think, about 3 hours. They whipped in probably an hour and 20 minutes. And they were pretty detailed with that. I guess companies, some just do better. I would like to say I'm really detailed at the mowing. Okay, everything I do. We strive to do everything we can to God's glory because we are ambassadors for His name, and we're witnesses out there in the field. Yeah, we can talk some faith here too. I will by myself here on the show. If you don't like it, just get lost. And so, I'm detailed in everything I do, but the chuck and the truck companies, or the companies that are too busy, you can tell where they're kind of slack and where they kind of cut corners. And so, at least with the cleanup, these guys did a pretty good job. They had an Exmark. They had a couple different mowers. They have two riders. Then they have like a Cub Cadet, like commercial walk behind. I think it's a 52. It actually looks fairly nice, but the Exmark X series they have has the Tweel wheels. We can show that here quickly. See if we can pull this up here. Exmark Tweels. Except I completely spelled it wrong. Well, they're called Tractus tires. Okay, well, Tractus. I don't want to watch the stupid video. Let's just do this then. Why do they call them Tweels? Aren't Tweels Tractus? The Brave browser does me wrong here when I'm trying to look for stuff. Exmark Tweels. Ah, here we go. Pro Parts Direct. Yeah, we can pop this here on the screen here quickly for you guys here. Pro Parts Direct. Okay, and I gotta bring this up. So yeah, check out these. So yeah, I mean, I've always been kind of mixed on these. I mean, these are Michelin's. That's just one, guys. That's one tire. One tire is $790. I guess they get nicer because that's a 12 by 11 by 12. Okay, so I think this one here, that first one there, that would be something for like my multi-force, because I think my multi-force is a 10.5 by like 6.5 by 5 or something like that. So I think that tire would be kind of close to. I really, you know what? Taking that back, I've never seen people use these wheels for multi-force. It's usually just for riders. And what are your thoughts on these? I mean, sure, they're nice. They're run flats for a while, but I heard they kind of ride rough, and I blow on my mower. So I would just tread these down. Here's the problem. Sure, they're nice, but I would literally get one season out of them. Not even that, because I had new multi-force tires on in the spring. I just swapped them out about 3.5 weeks ago for no reason because they were completely bared out, and one had a leak in it. So I guess if you're just cutting with it and not blowing on the machine, these tires might be kind of an interesting investment. Um, it might be kind of like worth a try for a bit, but it's just I don't think it's worth that price here. I'm like moving this around here right now. See if this work. Custom layout 3. That did not work. I just tried to change this. Hey, there's Luke. I think I'll be getting together with my buddy Luke here soon. So, yeah, these tires. You don't see like a lot of guys, but this company that has been trying to kind of come up on me in my neighborhoods and offer the cheap price but bi-weekly trimming. At least they have a nice machine. I mean, it's just I sit there and laugh. It's funny. You have a crew of 5. You don't need 2 guys and a blower. Have one guy mowing. Honestly, a max crew you should have at any given time is probably 2 or 3. Okay, sure, this is coming from a solo like perspective, but 2 or 3 guys is all you just have one guy cutting, and ideally you could just have one guy trimming, edging, and blowing. So really 2 guys, but if you have to have a third guy, you have one guy on the mower, you have one guy edging, you got one guy trimming. After the guy's done edging, you put him immediately on the blower because the guy trimming will take longer. That's just how that works. So, hey, Kenny's still here. Man, you are being loyal today, Kenny. I give you the Luigi's Mansion sound effect. That's good. He can hear me just kind of ramble on here for a bit. Here, let's go back here and see if we got any other pages here. So X marked wheels. Yeah, 13.25. That's way too expensive. That's ridiculous. What's this website have? Pro Parts Direct. Any of you guys use this? Huh. Check it out. I don't know how I get that back there. Here we go. Check this out. So, anyone like this leaf plow? I'm clicking on it. It's not loading. For whatever reason, it says not loading the page. Shop now. Okay, this is really odd. This is kind of a cool website. Gotta go back to that. I wanted to see this. Here we go. Interesting. So, I have my own leaf plow with my, yeah, Rocky, you tried to call me. I'll call you here in a bit. You called me during JD's bath time and we were doing stuff. And when Rocky talks on the phone, it's like a half an hour. So same with you, Kenny. You know what, Kenny? I should connect you with Rocky. If you need someone to talk to on the phone, it's got to be Rocky Fowler. I think Kenny and Rocky could be really good phone buddies. I mean, I would love to be a fly on the wall for their conversations there. So, yeah, these. I think my snow plow is just as good as the leaf plow. I mean, it's worked. I've plowed a couple different yards with or leaves with my snow plow, but you got to be a little bit careful. I did kind of gouge up a lawn. That's because the lawn was also undulated weird, and also it you really have to be careful with how low you set the plow when it floats. But these are interesting. I know my buddy Aaron Sutter's got the Ezra leaf plow, which is it looks kind of something like this. And I think the Multiforce also, Toro, has something that looks just like this. I mean, if they sent me one, I would love to beat on this though and check it out and see how it is. I think all in all these work out pretty well, but I can just see like these bottom like tines totally getting bent and totally getting damaged with what I would use them for. I mean, check out this one here, the detached pile driver leaf plow, $1,000. Would you guys buy this? Let me know what you think. Would you guys buy this one? Looks pretty sweet. It's more like a. It's really not like many holes there. It's just like a big giant plate that you push, and the bottom looks to be rubber. Looks like this could be a tad bit better. But guys, that's all I got today. I'm getting off here. I'm gonna go hang out, maybe watch a movie with my wife, and I gotta call Rocky back because he calls me back at probably the worst times ever, and he didn't help me on a cleanup today. So, all right, guys,